What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only, old world only battle. Although, I've realised that's a bit of a weird name, because obviously there is now civs in the new world. But, yeah, basically a colonisation game. It's starting to get interesting. Sicily is finally arriving with a settler, and so are the Garamantes, it looks like, heading towards North America. So it's not just going to be Mongolia out here, and Qing should be mean, and also Parthia just settled here. Didn't notice that, but, there you go. Something new. Yeah, let's keep. Oh, and Qing settled here as well. I think I should have noticed that. And the Kulin have got settlers out here, so yeah, we're starting to see the AI settling a bit more of that empty land across the map, which is going to be cool because it's going to fill the map up a little bit more, make everything look nice. The world's starting to get a bit more crazy because obviously people like Mongolia now have the access to sort of send boats anywhere and do some good stuff. There's a few wars still going on. Well, there's a lot of wars, but in terms of actual sieges and stuff going on, the big ones here, there's a lot of conflict in Southeast Asia between Vietnam and Siam, and also the Kulin here, the Vietnam. I don't think they have enough boats here though, but yeah, obviously we saw Siam's capital fall to Vietnam, which allows them to connect, and maybe a strong Vietnam to emerge towards the late game. That would be very interesting. Where else is there conflict? Parthia are beginning to try and siege Babylon. Great start, George. Great start to this video. Arabia are trying desperately to take this city again from Rhodesia in the Horn of Africa, and they're struggling, but they don't have any melee units, being why they are struggling. Don't think there's any other sieges going on. Songhai have been trying to do stuff, and it's not really worked out for them. Mali basically destroyed all their units, trying to attack the Vandals over there. I think, yeah, South Africa's pretty peaceful at the moment. Rhodesia are starting to build up more and more. The Zulu are pretty quiet too, and with a big force heading up here. I don't know what that's going to do. Yeah, Egypt have always had this city. I was going to say, how long when I knew, well, they obviously got it from Nigeria at some point, but it was a long time ago. Is there something else going on? Garamantes are trying to take the Vandals' capital, and they've actually managed to get units around, so this might work out for them. Not sure if it will. Brussels is under siege, kind of, by I think Denmark and Britain. Definitely Britain, maybe not Denmark. They might just be stood there, but yeah, it's not going too well for them. Poland have had a mass arming. Everyone's now looking lots of units. Actually, the Khazar are too, and it looks like I would say they're going for Wallachia, but Wallachia's got open borders with them, so that seems unlikely. And there we go. Mali has entered the industrial area. That is pretty impressive. I mean, they've got a fairly good capital. They do have another city over here, but I feel like Mali would be lacking quite far behind at the moment. But apparently not. They're still there. Oh, and there we go. Arabia did have a melee unit somewhere. Oh, they had a pikeman. But I wonder, actually that's a good thing, because if you take it with a boat, I've learned that you lose a lot more city health, and it's a lot easier for them to take it back. But there's probably not enough here for Rhodesia to take it back before it gains a lot of health, and Arabia could this time hold on to it and maybe start making some progress towards being relatively strong. Maybe a top 10 spot, you never know. The Ottomans are here. They've got actually they've had their Janissaries for a while, but now they've got their Sipahis, but they need to, you know what, Parthia is struggling here. The river's only 3 tiles. It's pretty tough, so I think Parthia are probably going to fail here. I think Parthia, I haven't checked the info Alex, but I think they do now have the largest sort of land borders in the world. I don't know, maybe Mongolia is still, actually Mongolia might still be beating them, because they do have North America, bits of USA as well now, so maybe not, maybe that's a misinterpretation. Also Rhodesia have a lot as well, it just doesn't look as much, but you never know, it's hard to tell just off looking at the map. Yeah, there's actually not that many cities under siege. I thought there was a few more, but apparently not. And there we go, Qing only just entering the industrial era. Oh, Qing are trying to siege Saigon here. Vietnam, you're doing okay, but it could all fall apart, especially, I mean, you are trying to take this city from Siam, but I think you should aim to keep your city first. You pieced out with Siam. Okay, that's good. So Vietnam will go defend their stuff. Indonesia also pieced out with Vietnam. They didn't give anything away. That's good news. Siam, I'm afraid that's probably RIP for you. I mean, you've got 2 cities that aren't connected. Not good for you. Gandhi, you've been very, very quiet all game. I don't know whether I should credit you for that or what, but yeah, you've been very peaceful all game. Oh, choose host. I don't want to choose host. Embargoing of Mongolia. Is it going to happen? How big will that be? I don't want to choose a host. But yeah, India's actually like the last few videos I've said India's not got very much, but now it seems they've got a bit more of an army up. Maybe we'll see them kick Arabia out of the subcontinent soon. I don't know who else they could go for. They could always... Now this Siamese city's here, I think that's definitely a viable option for India to attack Siam here. And that would be another worry for Vietnam, who have got some strong neighbours. They've got Qing to the north, China in the east, who are themselves quite strong, and obviously they've got India to the west. 3 very strong neighbours. So luckily, my theory's kind of working out that the Europeans aren't being super affected yet by what's... All the countries in the east are much bigger than the ones in, like, Europe. But luckily, because all their neighbours are big, it doesn't matter so much at the moment. As long as Parthia doesn't start, like, chomping into Europe. I mean, they're not doing that at the moment. They're trying to take Babylon, but I'm sure we'll see it sooner or later. So, we'll just be ready for when that happens, I guess. Any more settling going on? I know there's some settlers out in the Pacific. Maybe this Kulin settler's going for America. I don't know. But it might be. They did just settle this island recently. So we'll see what they're up to. Japan. Still just the 2 cities in New Zealand. But this seems to be where they're doing all their trade. I think Japan's just given up on East Asia. Or on Asia in general. And just been like, yep, we're going to move everything. Except our capital to New Zealand. We want to change continents. There you go. And also their island is kind of being invaded by Korea. So that's kind of not good. Korea actually looking fairly... Since they got their turtle ships, they definitely built a lot of those. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to get around here to fight Japan. So I don't know what Korea can do. They kind of need to just wait for like an opportune moment when maybe Qing and Mongolia are fighting. Actually, Mongolia's units kind of around the capital, which isn't good because they used to be up here. So maybe they're heading towards Qing. We'll find out. They're not out here in the west, though. Rhodesia just became the host of the World's Congress. And the Kulin pieced out with Vietnam, which ends that war over there. I mean, yeah. I didn't think they'd take it, and they didn't, so that's no surprise there. But Vietnam, they can hold on, and it looks like they are going to now. They're defending a bit more, stopping Qing. China, this was your chance, you know. You need to focus on other things other than just having a huge population. That's not... Actually, who has the biggest? I'm going to use demographics. I think the info addicts are working again. But I'll check that after this video as soon as I've saved the game. And then for the next video, I can always open up by looking at them. But obviously last time, they did crash the game. I think I've crashed it twice now. So I'm going to show me this anyway. Let's just ignore it. Persia, yeah. I mean, you're still alive. And... I mean, losing your capital sucks, but I mean, you are still alive. Oh, there we go. China does have the biggest population of 14 million people, which isn't really that many people. Well, it's a lot, but it's not like in relative to actual China. I mean, that's tiny. But, what's that? That's probably like 1% or less. No, actually, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere around that point. But yeah, Beijing is a massive city here. 29 population. Shanghai out here, 14. Obviously, they got the Philippines with 8. I think that's their only cities. Oh, no. The Qing Island is being attacked by the Congo. That sucks. Congo, you're still here, Congo. I mean, seeing everyone have cannons is really exciting because it means that soon everyone's gonna have artillery, and that makes wars so much more important. People like Ethiopia may not last too long once the artillery comes round. When that Great Wall is gone, we might see Ethiopia fall here. Egypt, another one. Very weird shape borders here. Mali, Africa has just been a mess this game. I'm going to be honest, the Songhai have tried a little bit to unite it, but even their borders are a mess here, where they have Marrakesh. Oh look, we just look, and there we go. The Vandals are now basically the remainders of Morocco out here in the west, because their capital has fallen. Finally, the Garamantes took a city, and the North African Civ, I was going to say empire, but it's not really an empire, is it? Has grown a little bit, and no coastal, so they're still pretty safe from those guys. I wonder if Sicily doesn't seem to be taking advantage just yet of its new foothold in North Africa. I mean, it's now completely cut off by the Garamantes. Like I said, they should aim for Greece, who are just down to Athens here. Very sad. I've been impressed by the Ottomans, though, to get to 4 cities. They've not had a great game, and a big battle still raging outside of Babylon, but we'll see how that plays out as this goes on. Britain's still holding up. Yeah, Britain still have Scandinavia just fine, and Brussels is still here. Okay, so Belgium's staying for a bit longer. I think the second largest city in the world, probably at 26 population there. I can't believe that's not fallen either. I mean, there may be some other contenders. There's 22 there from Congo. I don't know how many others are in the 20s. Ethiopia 19, 20 from Mali, but that's not 26, is it? Or 29. 26 there. Okay, so yeah, so Brussels, and then Dongola, the Mercurian capital, is also pretty big, which is kind of Egypt, even though Egypt's down here in this game. Basically made Egypt Sudan, but I had to or they wouldn't spawn. And to be fair, both of them are still alive, so it's not like I screwed one of them over, or both of them over. They're both still here. Oh, okay, Ethiopia, that doesn't matter. Why would you attack Siam? Kimberley v Siam, that doesn't really matter. Poland, Polynesia, that really doesn't matter at all. That is a random one. Zulu, Siam, doesn't matter. India, Siam, that's the one. So India obviously probably friends with Zulu, Kimberley, Ethiopia. Siam also pieced out with Poland in that time. I can imagine Siam. I wonder if the AI would be that, like, would Siam have pieced out with Poland on the condition that Poland go to war with Polynesia? I don't know. Kimberley. Wait, what? Kimberley. Oh, Kimberley v Polynesia and Siam. Why are you so aggressive, Kimberley? We might see them go after New Guinea though, where there's 2 Polynesian cities. Oh, and the Sicilies have settled. Not in a very good spot, but they're here. Good job. You're the 3rd country, Civ, to colonize. Mongolia is coming with even more settlers. South America still remains untouched, despite there being settlers here. Scouts here. Wait, is that Garamantian settler on the way? Yes, it just landed up here. Very far north in Canada. So we'll see how this plays out for the Garamantes. That was impressive that they got it out, because they don't have a border this way. Okay, the Zulu may actually take this. I was not expecting this. The Vandals could lose both their cities to the Zulu. That would be impressive. They do have a settler down there, just off the coast of Mali. So they might be okay. Mali. Could this be the comeback story of the game? Mali. There's no way. If Mali just took like all of South America, could you imagine how cool that would be? I'm rooting for you now, Mali. And also, good job piecing out with Siam. India, I want to see you do something. Go on, you're like a sleeping power here. I mean, you actually should have more population than China, I feel, based on these numbers, but whatever. Go on, take this city. It would be great for you if you took that city. 1, because there's no Siam to worry about, and 2, because, I mean, it stops Vietnam from taking it, which is going to happen eventually, probably. Eventually, probably. What a combo of words that was. But yeah, you should get it done. Seriously. Please. Just do it. Please. Qing. What are you doing? Like, what are Qing even doing? Like, they've been so weird. Like, I don't even know. They're very peaceful. I mean, they wouldn't attack Mongolia, but I don't know. Thought maybe they'd got Mongolia and them to team up on Korea or something. Something would happen out here. China haven't done anything. I mean, at least their units are back home now. All these civs did have their units in the desert in a bit of a standoff. That was probably like a group collective effort to tell Parthia to back off. But Parthia are struggling here, but they're starting to make use of the sea. I don't know whether that's a good idea or not, but because they might get bombarded and lose their units. But it might work out, and I mean, it's getting there. They've got cannons arriving. Maybe that will start to help it a little bit. It's probably going to fall eventually, and that will be pretty big for Parthia because it's in a good spot, even though it's been taken a couple of times now. Babylon, I think the Ottomans it was sieged out a lot, but eventually it was the Ottomans were the only people to actually take it from Babylon. No one else had it before or in between. Kulin just entered the industrial era. You're a bit behind, guys. Especially since you've got the whole of Australia almost to yourself. I mean, you could, like, take out Kimberley if you wanted to as well. I mean, you know, just an idea. Just an idea. Kimberley aren't really trying against Polynesia, okay? India aren't really trying either. Vietnam have pushed Qing back. Denmark is still here. I just sort of ignore them. They are still here in Scandinavia, which they haven't even, like, why don't you just build up an army and go after Britain and unite, like, Scandinavia? That would be pretty cool. Britain, you know, Britain are fine. They've got basically the British Isles here, almost. Cornwall, come back, and I guess part of Devon as well, I don't know. But come back, they need you in Britain. Iceland is closer and closer to being British. I can't believe Britain and Portugal have not sent a single settler yet. That is ridiculous. There is a lot of Danish units coming though. Why is that? What is going on here? Also the Kulin, yep, they're heading for America too. North America it would seem. Mongolia obviously have the Midwest region, as I've been told correctly. That is the correct name. Sicily is going to probably take, well, I would say probably going to take the east. I don't see any more settlers, so it's not like it's going to be more of a one-off. Wait, what? Ah, Zulu. So unlucky. Portugal came in and stole it away from you. That sucks. And you actually gave up. Okay, you're not going to go after Fez, which the Garamantes should finish them off. They were just sort of in the right place, right time here. They're probably going to finish off the Vandals. Their whole empire's fallen in like 3 turns. Yep, Portugal pieced out, but I should see the Vandals clear them up, take it for themselves. The Vandals, the Garamantes, and that will be a quite sudden expansion. Oh, Songhai are going in for another. I don't even know who they're fighting. I think it's the Ottomans, but I really can't tell. Someone over here is not going to have a good time, basically. That's all I can promise. Babylon is still trying. Europe is still ridiculously peaceful, even though Poland and the Khazar have both now built up quite large armies. Poland seem to have a higher technology level though, so should win if there was to be a conflict there. Khazar are they seem pretty chill with Parthia, and there is a lot of Mongolian units heading towards Europe. That is something to be watched out for. I never noticed that, but there's also a lot of Mongolian units here. It's not as many as you'd think, and they still have Kashyyyks, which I know they're good, as I found out from my Mongolia game, which you should check out, and I'll try not to spoil, but I probably will at some point. But yeah, you should go check it out if you haven't already. It's having a good time. Not this much of a good time, but wow. Yeah, but I would just wonder if the Kashyyyks might be a little bit out of date now. Maybe Mongolia should be upgrading from those. I know that AIs do like to hang on to their unique units for a very long time, so yeah, they can do what they want, but just my recommendation. India, you trying yet? Nope. What are you doing? Oh, Mongolia this is not good, India. You don't want this to happen. If Mongolia takes this, you can never, like, get rid of them from the subcontinent. They'll be here forever. But this is what I meant earlier in the video. We're saying that Mongolia can have more of an impact across the whole world because they've got frigates now. And a few other nations, I think, have frigates or frigate equivalents. Not 100% though, maybe I'm wrong. But I thought some more people had them. Apparently not. Yeah, I mean, out here in the east, it seems that only Mongolia has... Oh, Indonesia? How on earth did Indonesia get frigates? That is impressive. You're very far behind. Actually, the Kulin have them. Okay, maybe just... I think it's more likely that the other countries and civs just haven't... I know. Yeah, civs. Let's stick with civs, not countries. The other civs haven't built as many because obviously their production's not as good. Indonesia have 3. There's a lot of Galeuses here as well, so that's probably going to need a lot of money. Apparently Switzerland, that makes sense. They like the money. They have 18,000 gold in their treasury. This is what I meant by all or nothing, that all these nations who are still alive, Zulu, naught. Siam, naught. Wallachia, naught. Yeah, they're spending their money. Either that or they're not making any. Oh, this is it. This could be a big moment. The embargoment of Mongolia. Are we going to see? And also I want to see if Mali are any closer yet. Mali and Rhodesia. So there's going to be a race for South America now. Seeming to be led by the African civs. The Songhai and the Congo are on the way. Oh my goodness, this is going to be probably the most exciting thing yet. North America's not too exciting, but because I mean, there's going to be a massive Mongolian colony and then just some small random cities from other civs. Garamantes may have made the wrong choice by going for North America. All their African buddies are heading towards South America, and even the Kulin are heading towards North America. They're leaving South America untouched. The Zulu aren't trying just yet. No settlers from them. But yeah, the Congo, Rhodesia, and Mali, and there's a Songhai one a bit further down. It's interesting to see how this goes. It's going to heat up the colonization race, and this is going to be exciting. Exciting times ahead of us, as still. Just a very... I think... Yeah, so that's it. The Garamanti's got the job done. There we go. Linking up a nice snake chain of 4 cities, which bodes well for a big Songhai Garamantian war very soon, so that the Songhai can connect their cities together and try and come out on top, because they're sort of stalling a little bit here. They're doing okay. I mean, Rhodesia no one's come out of South America as a strong candidate to win. I mean, the Zulu are a little bit behind, but Rhodesia and Congo are kind of close. I mean, I think there wouldn't be an out-and-out winner if they fought each other. So I don't know. I mean, the problem is Rhodesia have all these boats, and they're not very useful when they're on the wrong side of Africa. Oh, there we go. Okay, Congo, Egypt, my bad. It's not too big, because Congo are going to struggle to get over there, but I mean, the AI will find a way if it really wants it. Yep, Mongolia just was embargoed. That's big. Marble is also banned. And, the Garamantes v Egypt. This is kind of important. I mean, it depends if the Songhai get involved. I think we could see Egypt disappear very quickly, just be eaten up, which might start to happen soon in Africa to some of the smaller civs. We might just see the bigger civs team up and take them out, and that could happen to Egypt here, but I don't know if it will. Songhai, I think, are doing something else. They're more interested in going after the Ottomans over here. There we go. Persia just entered the industrial era. They're getting there out here. They've got all these mines. So, I mean, that would make sense. Mining in the industrial era, I guess. Some coal, I don't know. What am I on about? But, Switzerland I know that... Did they? They did lose this city, didn't they? And then it got taken back. And then they took it back. Because, yeah, the population's very low. I'm pretty sure they lost it to Spain. Finally. And then they took it back about a turn later. Nothing, no wars, guys. Come on. If I pick the most peaceful combination ever, I think Portugal fought Switzerland. Well, they did fight Switzerland, and the city changed hands and then went back again. And apart from that, Portugal and Britain have had a war, and that is it. And obviously, there's been the war with Belgium and Britain. So Britain has been kind of involved in most of the war. I mean, Britain's been involved in 60%. That's what you get, Britain, for not settling. You get the Khazar to settle Iceland instead. There you go. That's what you get for taking too long, Britain. You just had a terrible game. Usually this mod does very well. I remember one of the World Games where them and Poland and Germany, yep, surprise, Germany were doing well. We're all doing very well. Poland and Britain teamed up, crushed Germany, and then Poland pushed Britain out of Europe anyway. But it was still amazing because Britain had all of Scandinavia. So I thought maybe it could happen again, But maybe the bigger map might have made it too difficult for them. Who knows? This is Danish. Okay, I was going to say, whose is this? But it is a Danish city. Garamantes have built some frigates up here. Not really sure why. I mean, I'm not even sure why they have this city, but, who am I to judge? Arabia, are you holding on to this city? Yes, you are. Okay, yeah, so Rhodesia didn't come back for it. There's an Ottoman settler actually entering the Indian Ocean. Be interesting. Oh, I look away and India start doing stuff. Are you serious? There we go. India taking that city. Phitsanulok there from Siam, which leaves Siam down to 1 city here. Which should be pretty easy for Vietnam to pick off when their peace deal is up. But yeah, that is pretty big for Gandhi. He could really use that city, and I don't know where he goes from here. I wouldn't recommend... I don't know, if he played it right, he could attack Vietnam, take this city here of Hai Phong, take that, and then he could just play defensive here. He might lose this city. That's the kind of the risk, but maybe it's a worthy risk, because if he used the mountains right, he could probably defend himself. Because Vietnam don't have a navy. Mongolia is definitely going to take Damascus, and Nope, Persia didn't slip in, so there we go. Mongolia, embargoed, they don't care. They now control southern India. So that's interesting. Let's see how that plays out. Ethiopia, I think one of the lower sort of back-end countries in this game, has just entered the industrial era. A little bit behind everybody else. Portugal v Mali. Oh, Mali, it was going so well. At least you got your settler to the New World. That's good. Rhodesia's about to land as well. Songhai a little further away, and so Congo. India v Mali. Why are you doing that, India? And Congo pieced out with Qing. And that is not a surprise. I mean, it was a pretty pointless war. Yep, Qing building frigates. So I take it this city was just... Maybe they just settled on this island to have a naval sort of option, because they don't have any actual coastal cities other than this. Maybe this island was a smart move after all, Qing. I mean, yeah, maybe it is smart. This could be a big play. If they have frigates out here, that can help them. And they actually have another settler heading over, maybe towards the New World this time, because there's not much left out here in terms of islands, unless they want to go over here. Khazar are now up here too, alongside Parthia. But that's me for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, it would be awesome if you could leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.